Well, let's solve a murder. Or at least try, I guess. Let's talk to some people.
I'm a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I'm the law. What's going on here?
Man. It's a
What's the
traffic
jam?
jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Yeah, I guess I'm in limbo too.
Yeah, exactly.
My limbo is a bit different though.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
How long
Feels
have you
like
been
forever.
here?
Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Extremely phrase, but I can roll with them. I think you're a star, eh?
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell
I
me,
see.
what do you need?
And it's been... know anything about
You
the
ain't one
dead
of us
man?
drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's
Okay.
easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. The man
Never
taps
mind
his
then.
fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Tell me about the
It's like-
strike.
Whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. No way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
I
Yes,
see.
from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company
They want
wants?
to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Okay. Anything else I should
Anything
know?
else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my
Not
thing.
you.
Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Okay. I mean, I do need cash, but it feels weird asking a random person for money here.
Don't be a
We're not
stranger.
that desperate just yet. That will come in a few hours. Nothing really to loot here, I guess. What's
An
that?
old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver
this?
plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol. son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane.
Okay.
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well,
What way?
he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol.
I'll see.
His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national
Stories
treasure?
have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices.
Well, I mean, at least you could sell them again, Roy.
He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
I'd like to sleep on. I mean, that seems rather unpleasant. And there's no way that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
Yeah, okay, that sounds realistic.
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Beneath the
Right
cold
now.
waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
Oh, we can't like clean that out ourselves.
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn of the century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city.
I see.
The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
It's a bad idea.
People in Martinez tend to agree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Those critics might have it wrong though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time? Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Well, lovely. Oh, something I can loot. Doesn't it have like a... Oh, can I not sell that? That's a shame, but at least it has some stats that we potentially... Yes, money! So we have two, we need what, 130 or so? Clearly we are getting there. Magnesium, okay. Ah, okay, so I could consume that to get more morale, I see.
Welcome to Revachol.
Racist Lord Driver, I see.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Oh, I see.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
So I...
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I
Is
know
it-
exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I mean, is Kim somebody who is going to react positive to Nan? I've got your bank. Or is it so we just be like,
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
okay. Not sure if we went with a good.
Whatever you say, officers.
Found this mug in the trash, is it yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
Well, I got
He
experience out of
doesn't
him.
live in Martinez.
What are you
Not
holding?
much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Cargo we're supposed to
Apples.
pick up. Okay.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
Okay.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
I mean, depends on the cause.
Good.
I'm going with no.
Fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
I mean, so essentially he wants to like bypass the strike that the union is holding. Not necessarily in favor of them. But then again, I don't know much about the situation. Don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
Yeah, but like the union should be on the side of the workers' strike. Like, stopping the strike is not good for the workers.
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
Oh yeah, I mean, that
His
sounds
manner of
reasonable.
speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
Oh, I see.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scab.
What is this? Well, all these strike breakers.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
But if you're trying to break a strike, you're exactly tools of corporate interest.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
He's so paid by the
I
company.
have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
What's exactly
We
the
were
goal
promised
here?
work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
The physically impressive man tower has turned his attention back to the gates. He ignores your presence.
Okay.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I'm a cop, clearly.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop, Scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Looking for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Does this mean you can let me
I
through the
don't
gate?
operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Okay.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Just
Aye.
walk in.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Measure him.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremacist is there. Walk right past him, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
The
I
man
understand.
whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Come to Martinez investigating a
Murder,
murder.
That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Right, it's almost impossible.
Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me.
It's the strike
You
about
know,
anyway.
serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Okay. So we need to... Oh. Was something here? Okay. Case of a strike, press button behind guard. So I guess I can't really go in there.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
You might have a point.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Now we need to get into the
That
harbor.
is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Right, I'm an alcoholic and I need the dead body to no longer be in the tree.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
You're right there, buddy? I think you're more confused
Does
than I
this
am.
remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
This man has some serious
It is,
problems.
baby. Yeah, you know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Yeah, I don't think I can push him out of the way. I just need to move about 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
Yeah, that didn't
That
work.
is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist. He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Champions and Mysteries 4th
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
Got it from this question.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Yeah, I need to enter the
What
Amber
you
now.
need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
What do you think about this, Kim?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
Really, there will be a
There
next.
always is.
I
Race
suppose
is
so.
reality.
Although there's two if you're supposed to mean.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I
Okay.
am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
I knew you were crazy before,
The
but
drawings
thanks
are
for
precise
confirming them.
and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Okay, can I now insult him
That
again?
atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
I mean, what are the odds that I can actually knock him out?
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
Okay, so let's save.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to work.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
Damn it, I had 12 and I needed 13. Oh, that's a shame.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain as he's
It's
twisting
not
it
going
more
well.
and more.
The words to the song have changed. Say.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
I'm guessing this is bad.
Very bad. This is the end. Bad. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death...
Okay. Okay, so that didn't work. Didn't I have it gives me tank top gives me more physical instrument, right? So
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw
28%.
you. You have really let yourself go.
yeah, it's not a good chance. I mean, I kind of don't
How
wanna
did
go
this happen?
for check failure. I mean, the problem is the alternative is sort of
Your race descent has only
I mean,
worsened.
we could try
since I last
conceptualize,
saw
but
you.
I'm
You
not
have
really
let yourself go.
don't really want to subscribe to his race theory. Oh.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip.
Good evening, Sally. I've been with a right hook. Wait, what should I do?
Don't wait. You've only got a millisecond. He's coming to. Time is breaking loose from the stupor. His left hand curls up into a fist. That fighting pose. Watch out. He's expecting. Oh God. Wrong move. Your head is in his hands, like a pair of forceps crushing you, and you can...
Say it. I am a degenerate drunk.
Oh, did I just die again?
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm. Very.
Yeah.
All you cop suffers final.
So, I guess we could try again, see if we can...
Your race descent has only worsened.
I mean,
since I
it's
last saw you.
probably...
You have really let yourself go.
Just like that, the man is reeling, gasping for air. All you hear is a small...
This is never gonna work, is it? Oh, it actually worked.
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you, with unimaginable surprise. To your left is
I'm sorry, I didn't want
the
to do
button.
this.
You slam your fist on the button. The man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
Oh, did I just get an achievement? Interesting. Now let's put on our shirt again. And let's definitely loot this crater. Hey, what do we have here? Wait, was this not actually where I wanted to go? Maybe we can sell them.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see
Of
what's
course,
inside,
of
he
course.
thinks.
Open the drawer.
opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
So Sally, this is like an RPG and you are a detective trying to solve a murder. Unfortunately, you start the game having drunk so much that you forgot who you are.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol, Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything
It's hard to
interesting?
make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
We'd actually focus through not
You are a police
focusing.
officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Okay.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. It appears to
Okay.
be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
Okay.
All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The
Shame.
special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoe. All
Okay.
items on the drawer slides shut smoothly. Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Okay, bonuses. Learning caps for perception rise to 5. Speed gives 1 psi. Okay. I mean, do they mean like reaction speed? Not sure what I mean with speed gives 1 psi. Let's keep perception, but I mean, perception could generally be a good thing to level. Let's save the game. Because I wanna see what happens now if I were to level speed, right? Or were to level that up. Would I, like... Don't see anything else getting increased there. You know, perception could be an interesting one. Okay, let's keep looting. Postcard. Magnesium. Need office shades.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Yeah, I don't have money to spare.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. There is a white rectangle clearly visible on its back. This is your cloak. You can feel it.
I think that's mine. Grab the cloak.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips. I will shield you from the elements and give my life for yours. That's what the cloak is relaying.
Yeah, I'm not sure if my cloak is really talking that much to me, but we're gonna wear that. It's definitely better than what I was wearing. Now, do I need -1 drama and +1 visual calculus? Maybe. don't think I can get there.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
Did I do this?
Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
This is really insane.
Yes, this scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
If you must. But please hurry, we are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the...
Why did you take that?
Oh, it's instinct to collect evidence. Making an artistic photo collage.
Fine, but let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
I'm not sure if... Look, it's worth money. I need money. Wait, I can interact with this?
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Is that so?
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
How he pronounced Kunst und Kultur is
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Kunst und Kultur.
Why they decided to title this one section In Volda is beyond you. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
Okay.
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit. You flip back to the front of the...
Maybe we will read this magazine later. We still need to find... Well, what, like about 127 or so money thingies, not become Robocop. this thing?
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
I'm not sure if I should be pushing around random cranes. And again, you know what? We are the police,
control
right?
panel with several knobs. Marche. On. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay. I think something's good is in there. I'm sure whatever I did is perfectly fine.
And, with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Okay.
The rusty control panel grows warm to the touch, then grows cold. It is finished.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Well, we could potentially now, you know, loot this.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Let's save. Oh, let's also have a look here.
Before you,
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
I'm
You
saying
just
from the
picked
crane.
one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to get the body down from the tree.
you attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. No reply.
Persuaded what to open.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Just getting physically
Because
wasn't an
what
option.
wasn't an option? Are
Never
you
mind.
satisfied, detective?
I probably made a great impression on my body there. Wait, is that like locked? Why can't I open this? Just, you know, to check. I need pay for damages. If you're unsure how much you owe, ask guards. I mean, I did, I just forgot. I was hoping the journal would keep track of that. Maybe I should have asked my station for additional funds. I would have probably just loved Tadarai.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
In charge of
Welcome,
dog
Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
Also, my name is Dubois. Maybe I'm finally finding out who I am.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
I'm calling me Mr. Dubois.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Remain
So tell me,
serious.
how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Wait, I actually got damage from this?
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
I could really use the money. But this is clearly bribery, right?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
I mean, do we have a chance of getting the money otherwise? I didn't really find anything else that's of. I mean, I kind of don't want to be bribed.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
You know.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
I mean, I'm not in
When
good
he
shape,
said,
am I?
don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
I'm not
Are
worried.
you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
This is so bad. This is...
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
Okay, so I'm Harry Dubois. Moral critical, heal yourself now.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Well, obviously my name is Harry Dubois, unless he makes it
Mr.
now.
Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe.
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Could use a glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got
Am I
in?
going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window.
So you were watching and seeing that somebody hindered the police and you didn't do
Would
anything
you
about him?
ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
You don't have a window.
It was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
Well,
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
could you?
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Good evening, user. How are you? Have you ever played this game?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Can highly recommend.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Okay. 72% chance we got
As you
this.
look at the folder,
Yes!
Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
It's on the RCM
Okay,
photo.
Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
The Mr. Calibrator podcast? Yeah, but Chips has just gone downhill, so there is nothing to talk about.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
So the Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
I figured out my name. We are making progress. Let's talk about the
Oh,
hanging.
of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Sense of but.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Is that true? Are we doping?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Might happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Why don't you just
Harry,
open it
I'm a
yourself?
very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
I have 2 points into physique.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is
no
it?
one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean by
A
weasel?
loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Okay, let's see.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll
I
tell
see.
you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Could you help us get a dead body
You
down
might
from a
have
tree?
noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Well, we are helping you open a door.
Mr.
apparently.
Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy.
Oh, that actually
You
worked.
can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet. Wait.
Okay.
You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Is that so? Thought complete. The white morning. The little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see him in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally the matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill, you can smell them from up here, it's awful. White morning, a modern death, divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him, make him smaller, make him less you. 20% zoom out distance, all motorics learning camps raised by 1. I guess that's nice. Probably. Okay. Taxidermy fish tells the time. That's interesting. So, where was the door? Oh. Yeah, I can zoom out more now.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
Is
The
that so?
accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a Union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What's in the container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
Aw.
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
It's about the
Oh,
borscht.
yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done. Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Okay.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do
We're
that.
going to look
Yes,
into
sir.
the borscht. Pant the overlord. Yeah, I need a drink anyway. I suppose I'll get another drink and pant a can on the way. lords and ladies. Sabrina is technically not that far away. She's like on a chair there. She's probably gonna get petted later. Okay, I think we got the information we wanted. Also, oh, can I loot something more? There is no way to get into this chest, I'm afraid. So I have 1 morale and I have 1 health left. This is fine, right? Also, cheers everyone. So, there is no way to go down there, or to go up there. Oh, we have some cat movement.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
It's just something I had to do.
Our personal dynamic has changed. A little. So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
Indeed.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
Okay.
Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Yeah, we got a law around here. Apparently so.
Ooh, I like men with guns and power.
Yeah, I lost
I'm
my
cocky, by
gun.
the way.
You hear that? That sound? He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everott's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
I am an unbelievable corrupt cop. I am corrupt. Okay. It's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a union man from now on.
I mean, I could try this just to get experience, right? Is this a dumb idea, or is it easy experience?
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
No.
Yes, better not to expand your mind in this direction.
I just was hoping for easy experience. Okay, so this is the guided.
So, how'd you like our
This is
harbor?
the key.
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
Was
It's
nice
but a
enough.
rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Then you have a key to the
huh?
door.
What door is this key supposed to open?
So it belonged to a weasel.
Say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
Not opening this door for myself, I'm opening it for all working men. I'm not really doing this for political
Oh,
reasons.
so the none of the above type, are you? I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for
We'll
is a
have to
basement
see
door
about him.
behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
That's
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of
Anything I
a
should know?
philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Who he is and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
why
We're
are you
negotiating
striking?
our share.
Your share.
Aye.
What if share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
One?
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad. But don't say that out loud if you're a communist.
Okay. Can you tell me
I think
about the
it's best
boss?
you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
I
By
see.
that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And
I
in
see.
this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
This seemed
He
lavish.
is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Is that
This
so?
man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Sure thing.
This was great. You feel mentally reinvigorated.
Do I know?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed
Your
how?
dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that
He
mean?
was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Okay.
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
I see.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
Got me 5
No
experience though.
I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Oh, we got 4 experience out of this.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Okay.
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
How do I pick
You
them?
need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so
Oh,
feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
okay. So that would... Yeah, very ineffective way of making money, but a way of making money potentially. Oh, I see some coins there.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about
The
the
back
back
end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the lost city of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
I mean... I'm not sure if I can do anything with it though. So we got the body down from the tree, right?
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Hand the box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
Well, I healed my morale by handing a box. We should probably really... Wait, is this the cellar?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Oh, we've got some loot here. And I like go there.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets, easy on the eyes. Rhythmic pattern
Afraid.
calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
Not feeling.
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. It's nothing.
Okay.
Someone just left some...
So we will be back, I guess. For now, though, we need to... How about we make a hard save? I think we need to investigate this body now.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
I
What
noticed.
are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
The
Come in.
lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
We have another pair of gloves.
Unfortunately, no. Let's not go glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes. That's right.
Have me something, I mean, open the ledger to
The
field
dead man
autopsy form.
stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Let's jump ahead to the 3 parts.
That's you.
Right, Harry Dubois. I
the
know my
corpse is
name.
indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Corona case number.
KK57-0803.0815. Next. NA. Next. NA. Roughly 50.
dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write 42. Is the joke in there? Ein guter Kommissar. End of Disco, one of the most traumatic events ever.
He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Muindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Speaking of the end of this go, I might have already died twice, or was it 3 times today? But, I survived in the end, I guess.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Fucky, fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
None, at least not after the initial examination. They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dogwalkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbat puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
I like how this game is just so well written, isn't it? External examination.
Close. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1.
Probably shouldn't
The
sell
photo
this
is
photo
taken
then.
on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Actually combs his hair before moving on. Still well maybe.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person. after a swim.
No, just write
Lividity
it
is
down.
consistent with hanging, albeit faint, as noted. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Men fine velocity? No.
Ligature mark.
We are professionals here.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the bell so we can get to the ligature mark.
May I try?
It's no use. We should get chain cutters. You can try with them. I have a pair in the toolbox of my kinema. Damn corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Autosave. Should I call this station, by the way, and ask for financial support? Do you think they would actually
Inside,
help?
you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I mean, it is getting sort of late and I don't have any money. We could
This is
try.
57. How may I assist you? Just a moment, officer.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Okay.
Anything else, sir? Over. Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
A metallic drawer slides out
I
from
joined.
under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take the chain
The handles
cutters.
are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
I mean, maybe we could use the flashlight. I don't think we need the pry bar necessarily. Then again...
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue. Blue lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Obviously.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the...
I'm probably not selling his pry bar, right? So we had some tools. We've got a flashlight, we've got chain cutters, and we've got a pry bar. Oh, I can't even sell them. They don't have money value attached to them.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Can I borrow your gloves?
An autopsy? Wow. Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
The
Down?
body's down.
Do you mean the body is finally gone?
Cannot sell his pry bar, that would be decent anyway.
Absolutely gone.
No, the body is down from underground.
Right. Can you tell me when you've taken him away then?
Yeah,
Sure.
Keep her in the loop. It's strangely enjoyable to report back on the minute progress you've made, even to strangers.
So I could now put those on. So I could technically unlock and we could do some self-critique. Okay. Let's continue the autopsy.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. His body is supine and open to intrusion. By autopsy, the lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Cut with as much precision as you can, please.
Oh shit.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for a good spot
The
to
belt
count.
is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Damn it, if I had put on the other shirt, I would be slightly better at this. I think.
You jam the cutters right under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
I might have also stabbed the countess in there a little bit, but you know, what's another wound?
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia...
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Write
Back
it
is
down,
symmetrical
move on.
and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Yeah.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
Yeah, I'm I do know my name now.
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
I should skill more Inland Empire. Conversations with Inland Empire are always fun.
Nothing does. This was pleasurable. I sincerely thank you for touching my hand. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next? Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
Am I at the moral of this story?
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
Brain is very vulnerable to compromises in his blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
We made him grin.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Learning more about autopsies here in law studies. And we aren't even like medical professionals. We are just, I mean, I'm an amnesiac anyway, so.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Hepatobiliary.
Yeah, maybe.
NA.
Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I. Same for toxicology and serology, NA. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Omit and voila.
What's next on the list? Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too. Oh, so we inflicted them? Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
Okay.
Injuries.
Bite
Head,
marks.
chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal.
Agreed. Next injury?
What's the 40
Nothing.
injury field for?
Just in case.
Okay.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
We wrote minimal velocity into the form there.
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal.
Right. Next. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
I mean, no clawing, so basically they probably hung him while he was unconscious. I mean, they dragged him here, right? So we are probably going with they subdued him somehow. I mean, could have been drugs or something. Then dragged him here and hang him while he was unconscious. I suppose? I'm not a doctor.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
He's thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Perception and check. Very low. I probably need a 6 for them. Establish probable cause. Stop wasting time. You're smart.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Come back later, Corporal. Amuse you.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them. That's all.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
There's something we're not seeing.
Well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast. It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails. This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.